Shalom, my hotel. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in. Come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated people just like you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the broadcast. We're so pleased that you have joined us today. Big shout out to all of our amazing Fly Nubian Queen TV.com family. It's always a privilege and an honor to be with you and to serve my people. A little bit of housekeeping before we get ready to get into this NBC fake news that's been spent. And we see a concerted effort in multiple on multiple networks about this lie that somehow Black folk, us, somehow we are contributing to the lie of practicing racism against other people of color. You know, we're not the people, we're Black people. So we're going to address a particular group here in just a moment. But just a little bit of housekeeping, beloved. As you come in, please come in giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. You can text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Also, beloved, we want you to know that tonight we're having our beautiful mastermind once a week on Wednesday nights, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I conduct a weekly spiritual, or some might call it a metaphysical mastermind course, where I drop a spiritual jewel in our exclusive group. You get to ask me questions concerning the topic, and I'm able to answer your questions there, but I mostly elaborate on it. Amazing signs and wonders and testimonies have come forward because of our work at our mastermind. You can join today for $1. That's the entry rate. And thereafter, it's a very reasonable rate. $1, clubvicky.com, clubvicky.com. You spell my name, Vicki, clubvicky.com. So come on in, beloved. Thumbs up, like and share. Thank you so very much. I know yesterday we had some of our people share that they noticed that when I'm preparing to come on, maybe what some would call a premiere, that they noticed that they were not able to see my show like they typically are. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. You all know how certain groups, certain platforms can work to try to shadow ban your work. But I would love for you all to help us to overcome that by copying the share link. When you copy the share link, you can paste it on one of your other social media platforms. So copy the link, and then you can paste it. I don't care if you got 5 people following you. You never know who might be inspired by the show or receive some insight. Are you hearing me today? Now, without further ado, beloved, let's get ready to get on into our topic today. We're tired. I think, in fact, we're so over this propaganda machine. But this is a part, family. This is a part of being involved and engaged in war. How many of you all know that a huge part of warfare is propaganda? Propaganda has to do with lies, with misinformation being disseminated or seeded into the public consciousness. Are you hearing me today? Now, this is important to understand and to recognize Number one, so that you're not taken in by it, so that you're not overcome by the lie. Are you hearing me? And also, not only so that you're recognizing that that's what's happening, but when you are able to not only perceive what's happening, you're able to overcome it and not be pulled into it because you know the truth. Is that right, family? And when you know the truth and you have the wherewithal not to be overcome by the lies, the other beautiful benefit is that not only is it possible that you overcome the lies, but also, beloved, you can now weaponize the knowledge and the insight that you have concerning those lies. Big shout out to my Instagram family. I don't know why I can't see anybody on my Instagram live, but Instagram, if you see me, get ready to come on over to flyingtobeingqueentv.com. I don't know why this screen is so dark. I cannot see anything. I don't even know if you guys can see me. Instagram, hopefully you can see me. Maybe that helped it a little bit. I don't know. Instagram, anyway, Instagram, get ready to come on over to flyingtobeingqueentv.com. Instagram, get ready to come on over to flyingtobeingqueentv.com. Family, you can follow me, by the way, on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Now, let me just get on into this topic real quick so we can do our brief war briefing today, as brief as possible. I'm doing my best. I was in touch with my doctor today, so I've got to do a follow-up soon related to some medical stuff, and you can kind of hear some of it in my voice and all this other kind of stuff. So I got to get it together. But anyway, neither here nor there. So pleased that you've joined us today. Make sure that you like, that you share, and that you subscribe, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Let me take a sip. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Excuse me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Thank you so very much for that. Now listen to this, family. I'm going to play you a brief audio, mostly a little bit of a video, but mostly audio of ABC Frontline. I'm going to call it a hit piece. Now I'm going to need you all that's tuning in to not only thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to share, share, share. But I'm going to need you all to do the hollering for me. You all know how passionate I can be. And I'm trying not to trigger too much going on with my body by working it too much, okay? So I'm going to need you all to help do the screaming and stuff for me. Somebody talk black to me. Now listen, I see Instagram. I see you. Now, right when I told y'all I need y'all to do the hollering for me, White Flamingo talking about Vicky go hard. I want you to go hard for me, beloved, okay? Thank you, beloved. I love your shirt. Thank you, beloved. It's a dress, but thank you so much. Now listen. ABC Frontline just did a very explosive anti-black hit piece against us. And while I was very disgusted and sickened when I watched it, I mean, it was totally excruciating for me to even go through this segment, some of which I'm getting ready to share with you in just a moment, the audio. But I was so disgusted. Shout out to the Beehive in the digital building. I see y'all. Love you so much. And all of our supporters in my extended digital family. I was so disgusted every minute, every second that I watched it, because it was a hit piece. ABC was engaged in a hit piece against us today. Thank you, Jerome. Your gift is blessed 1,000-fold, beloved. It was a hit piece. Family, I have to remind you often that we are at war. And the war is against us, dear Black family. It is a near 500-year war that has not let up. It's been unabated. It's been uninterrupted. Are you hearing me today? Now, this ABC piece from Frontline, this reporter started to talk to members in the Asian community, and they began to talk about anti-Asian racism. And they started, really the first part of that segment, with visuals. The first major visual had to do with a Black man. And then shortly after that, you're going to see here in just a second that they had the nerve to direct their commentary specifically to Black people. Now, mind you, of all of the many different people groups that engage in racism, especially members of the dominant society that classify themselves as white, they started the hit piece with us. They casually, and to be honest with you, sort of parenthetically, excuse me, they casually and quite frankly, parenthetically, with very little emphasis, threw in people of other groups. Are y'all hearing me today? But they started it with us, and they had the nerve to make an address to us. I want you to get ready to listen to some of it. Instagram, that's why I want you to come on over Instagram right now to flynewbeingqueentv.com. Instagram, come on over right now to flynewbeingqueentv.com because I need to use this device, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, as disgusted as I was saying a second ago, as disgusted as I was and am by that, at the same time, it's a good sign that we, the Black grassroots, have been extraordinarily effective in our demand for respect, and our demand for reparations, and our demand for a comprehensive and substantive, specific Black agenda. Are y'all hearing me today? Thumbs up, family. I want you to invite as many people as possible. On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, please hit that share button. Share. Thumbs up. Instagram, get ready to come on over now to flynewbeingqueentv.com because I need to use this device. Okay, beloved? Instagram, come on over. By the way, family, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Now, y'all listen. So as I was observing this ABC hit piece, these unrelenting attacks on us, Black family, it is not only a sign about how effective we have been for our demand for substantive justice. See, they didn't do all of this. They weren't doing all of this extra when we were just smiling and excited about a sponsorship, a feature, or a cover, an acknowledgement from white mama and white mommy and white daddy. Now, you still have your illustrious lawn members, your legal mammies. You still have your bootlicks and your bones and biscuits that's out there, and that's still enough for them. But there's enough of us that's providing a counter narrative. Somebody talk Black to me. There's enough of us that's out here providing a counter narrative. In fact, we are a counterculture to what has been the prevailing and sole or solitary Black voice. There's a new, effective, and powerful emerging voice that's coming from the ground up. Exactly. It is a new day. So, in order to censor, y'all talk Black to me, and silence this counter narrative and this counter culture that's emerging from within Black society, these other groups are trying to diminish and to distract from the number one issue of the day. I'm gonna need somebody to put in the chat hashtag no anti-Black racism. I'm gonna need somebody to put in the hashtag in the chat hashtag no anti-Black racism. Are we saying we are the only ones that experience discrimination and injustice? No. What we are saying and what we want to be very clear about, and what no one is able to gainsay nor resist. I'm going to say that again because it just felt good, sounded good. No anti-Black racism. We are not saying, see, Vicky Dillard is responsible. We follow the rules and stuff. It does not mean that other people groups, other people of color, because see, they like to throw Black folk in the POC group, people of color. We don't know nothing about no people of color. We'll let y'all figure that out with that. We are Black people. So Black folks, we don't make a habit of calling ourselves and people of color. See, some of you that are ashamed of standing for Blackness, thank you. Is it Jabril? Keep giving them that work. We love you, Vicky. I love you back, beloved. And your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. Those of you that are ashamed to stand up for your Blackness, you're the ones that's real quick to say, yeah, well, people of color are always experiencing difficulty. And if you say Black, you hurry up and throw people of color in there when it don't have nothing to do with it. I can see you throwing people of color in there when it makes sense to throw people of color in there. But whenever somebody uses people of color, let them use it and make it clear that's the other bunch of group of people. That ain't us. Somebody talk about that. We're specific. We're very clear. You don't get to throw us in a category with nobody else. Why, Vicky? We're not saying that nobody else has ever experienced injustice of some sort. What we're trying to say is what nobody can claim is hashtag 466. Can I please see some 466 in the chat? All right, Instagram. I'll see you, Instagram. BlindingQueenTV.com. Thank you so very much. Watch this. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Well, I post this real quick. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Watch this. I'm posting this on my Instagram page real quick. While I'm doing that, share, 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 share. On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't hit that thumbs up button and the share button, okay? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. All right. Now let me get ready to cue this here. Let me get ready to cue this. Now, I was saying a second ago that while I was disgusted, I also also made it clear that this was also proof and a huge sign of our effectiveness in pushing a pro-Black agenda and a substantive story. Now, I want to be very clear. We recognize that other folks have gone through something, but what we recognize is that there's something that they've gone through does not equate to hashtag 466 years of unmitigated hell. Somebody talk Black to me. You're tuned into the Vicky Show. Somebody say the Vicky Show. You're here to hear what Vicky's saying. Somebody talk Black to me. No, Rachel Maddow's not going to tell you this. Lomina Joy Reid is not going to tell you this. You tuned into the Vicky Show. Are y'all hearing me today? I told you early in the week that another one of our hashtags now, I don't care who else is using it, I say it is most appropriate and it's now most germane to us. What is that? Hashtag, we will not be replaced. It's the Vicky Show. Other people are not going to tell you this. How do I know? Because I'm talking to you about ABC pushing out this hit. Excuse me. Pushing out this anti-Black hit piece. Now let me get this back up. We will not be replaced. That's now our slogan, I said. We will not be replaced. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. Excuse me. We will not be replaced. Family, white America, buying through its political system, that is to say Joe Biden, that is to say both the Republican, the Democratic Party, through its media, shout out to you, beloved, through all of its different apparatuses, such as education, such as its military, its law enforcement, its criminal justice system. Are y'all hearing me? Its economy. There is no area in American society where they're not working together to undermine us. The headline and the leading story, henceforth, even forevermore, until we're the head and not the tail and above and not beneath, is anything related to the injustice or us getting justice for Black folk in America, and by extension, our brothers and sisters around the world. There is nothing more important. Al-Qaeda isn't more important. Climate change is not more important. The pandemic that they're talking about is not more important. Why? Because there are other detrimental pandemics that Black folks have been experiencing, dying from, suffering from, that exceeds the pace of this present one, and nobody has done a darn thing about it. Somebody talk Black to me. Now, let me get this. Now that I've read the copyright disclaimer, did I read it? Somebody talk Black to me. Now, I'm mostly going to let you listen to the audio of this. I'm cueing it right now, family. I was disgusted. Absolutely disgusted watching the unfolding of this hit piece against us. But we're getting ready to expose it today, beloved. Here we go. This is, I want you to get ready to listen to this link of some of this.
Montana's Ratana.
From Nightline. This is Nightline's, ABC's Nightline. They uploaded this a few weeks ago. It's talking about some 84-year-old, it's a long name, mourns her 84-year-old father, who was attacked, it says, on a walk and died from his injuries. That's what the description says. Watch this. It says celebrities and activists of all races band together to fight hate in our communities. Now, this description, when it says our communities, it's talking about in white communities. In Asian communities. Now listen, get ready to listen to this while you keep giving us a thumbs up, liking, and sharing. Again, family, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Okay, here we go. I think this is where I want us to start. And by the way, family, I'm going to skip through some of this. Here we go.
Breathing for her father, an always gentle soul.
Happy birthday, dear Grandpa.
Her dad, Vichar, moved from Thailand to San Francisco to help his daughter and son-in-law, Eric, take care of their two sons. It wasn't long before the whole neighborhood fell in love with Grandpa.
Grandpa always friendly, all the neighbor. Grandpa always teaching us about forgiveness. All the neighbor remember him and he's smiling.
But this is the video no daughter wants to see. Surveillance cameras capturing the moment her 84-year-old dad was attacked and violently knocked to the ground on a morning walk.
It's painful.
Now I want y'all to watch this. By the way, if you have children, some may say it's disturbing. You can barely see it. It's only just a few seconds, but I want you to listen very closely while I cue this part. Watch this.
I want to see it. It's a broken heart.
Vichar died. Old dad was attacked and violently knocked to the ground on a morning walk. No daughter wants to see. Surveillance cameras capturing the moment her 84-year-old dad was attacked and violently knocked to the ground on a morning walk.
It's painful. I don't want to see it. It's a broken heart.
Vichar died 2 days later in the hospital.
He never wake up again, breathing on his brain.
What did you say to him when you got to see him in the hospital?
Dad, wake up. I want him to stay alive and wake up and come and see me again. But he never wake up again. And I pray for him.
The Thai immigrant's death, one of a slew of assaults against elderly Asian Americans in Northern California, drawing the spotlight after celebrities like Daniel Wu and Daniel Dae Kim brought star power and a $25,000 reward.
It was a very visceral response. I got very angry because I thought, this is now a year of these kinds of things going on.
The videos prompting more than 1,000 people to gather over the weekend in the Bay Area to speak out against anti-Asian violence.
Y'all listen very closely now. You heard the first part of this lady when she said that her dad was violently knocked down and a couple of days later he died of some injuries related there too. The first instance of this segment from ABC Frontline is what? It's a young black man. It's a young brother that they started it with. Now, y'all give me just a few seconds, okay? This is a space for intelligent black people, right? So you don't mind listening and putting two and two together. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. I've got to try my best not to yell for medical reasons. I've got a mastermind to do, and I want to be able to show up for that today for at least a few minutes without straining my voice too much and taking my liquid supplements. So thumbs up, share, share, share.
For racial justice. Police arrested a 19-year-old suspect who pled not guilty to murder and elderly abuse. His lawyer saying his client had no knowledge of Mr. Ratanapakdit's race, since his face was fully covered with a mask and hat. And
did y'all hear that? Listen.
Insists the attack wasn't racially motivated and instead had to do with a break in the...
Listen.
The videos prompt to speak out against anti-Asian violence, calling for racial justice. Police arrested a 19-year-old suspect who pled not guilty to murder and elderly abuse. His lawyer saying his client had no knowledge of Mr. Ratanapakdit's race, since his face was fully covered with a mask and hat.
Pay attention. They're trying to say that this is an anti-Asian attack. But the young teenage black male, number one, didn't know what the person's race was. Why? He had on a hat. I think he said some glasses and what? A mask. And I think he came from behind. Keep listening.
Insists the attack wasn't racially motivated and instead had to do with a break in the mental health of a teenager.
Somebody say this young black man had a mental breakdown. We hold in court today. I need somebody in Wyoming to scream for me because I can't yell today. Did you hear what I said? I said the young black male that allegedly attacked this Asian man did not know what his race was because he had on glasses and a mask and he came from behind and he had a mental breakdown. Somebody say a mental breakdown. If anybody in America has the right and a reason to be out of their minds, if there is one group of people more than any other after surviving the worst human treatment on the globe for longer than anybody else, nobody can say 500 years but us. I said nobody can say 500 years, only we can. This young man was having a mental breakdown. Somebody say mental illness. You're listening to Black Media, beloved, because I'm giving you the true story and I'm telling you what our headline ought to be. And that is this young man was having a mental breakdown. We are the children of the former slaves. We are the native Black Americans. We have been tortured. We have been traumatized. We have been set on fire. We have been destroyed. We have been poisoned. We have been disenfranchised. Somebody talk Black to me. We have been out of our minds. He had a mental breakdown. I don't want nobody saying nothing else. So this idea that these people will run around and lie and commit all manner of evil against us by using an unfortunate situation with our father. Yes, that's an unfortunate situation. You don't hear me sitting here supporting, attacking elderly people for no reason. But it's a shame to use that unfortunate situation to demonize another victim of white supremacy. This Black teenage male was what? Having a mental breakdown. That's another headline that we need to be discussing. And for somebody to turn around and say it was anti-Asian racism is for you to turn around and spin that situation and to lie. And the Vicky Show is here to expose you. Y'all come on in, because I can't be here all day. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. This is the reason why we tell you that these big corporate conglomerates like ABC are no friends of Black people. You don't get to point to me the one or two Black folks that work as little reporters and anchors on the show and the one or two stories that they've told about us to cover for them. It's by no means substantive, and that's not going to help us. Somebody talk Black to me. Somebody say this young man had a mental breakdown. This young Black teenager was having a mental breakdown. Listen to this next part.
Even though no hate
Listen.
suspect who pled not guilty to murder and elderly abuse. His lawyer saying his client had no knowledge of Mr. Ratanapakdit's race, since his face was fully covered with a mask and hat, and insists the attack wasn't racially motivated and instead had to do with a break in the mental health of a teenager. Even though no hate crime charges were filed, some in the community blamed the tension between Black people and Asian Americans.
Did you all hear that? They said even though no charges of hate crimes were filed against him, but members in the Asian community, they're ticked off. Listen.
And instead had to do with a break in the mental health of a teenager. Even though no hate crime charges were filed, some in the community blamed the tension between Black people and Asian Americans.
I think they targeting to the Asian American community.
We need the Black community to realize that that Black people are hurting Asians, and they need to speak out in their own community.
It is not.
I'm going to need everybody to please stretch your hands toward me. Please pray for me right now before I get ready to have a mental breakdown live all over the world. Those that's watching live and those that's going to watch later and those that might be watching the re-airiness. Everybody pray for me right now. I need everybody praying for Vicky. I'm being real selfish. I need everybody right now to say, Vicky, calm down. Vicky, you already got your medical stuff that you're trying to overcome. Don't make it worse. Please, everybody stretch your hands towards me right now. Somebody else said me too, Vicky. I know that's right, Cecilia. Everybody, I'm being real selfish. I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying. Whoops, hold on. I'm trying. Whew. My God, today. Calm down, Vicky. Calm down. I thank you for your prayers. I'm feeling the energy right now. I'm feeling your spirits. Now I'm going to do my best to listen to this next part. I'm going to play the last couple seconds of what your fellow Americans just sat here and said to us. Do you see how ABC starts their anti-Asian series with showing somebody Black and telling us what to do? We who are the 500-year victim of racism against all peoples, white first, and we know a whole lot of white supremacist Asians who have disrespected us and mistreated us. Somebody say, Vicky, calm down. Let me see if I can play just the last couple of parts again without setting everything on fire. Because I want you to know I'm not making this up. It says, even though, y'all, there's not any evidence that this young man was attacking this Asian man, but yet people are out there using an unfortunate situation and turning around and lying about it.
Since his face was fully covered with a mask and hat, and insists the attack wasn't racially motivated and instead had to do with a break in the mental health of a teenager. Even though no hate crime charges were filed, some in the community blamed the tension between Black people and Asian Americans.
I think
before we listen to this lady again, this Asian lady again, notice the reporter said some blame the attack on Black and Asian tension. Let me ask you something, Black family. Whatever Black and Asian tension folks tend to mention or refer to or infer, the tension in most cases has to do with what? Black folks either being murdered by racist Asian cops. Hello, somebody say Daniel Hawksclaw. Being raped rather by the Daniel Hawksclaw. Being murdered by Asian store owners. Being beaten, mistreated by Asian salon owners and beauty store owners. I'm gonna need somebody black to talk black to me. You do not, whatever tension exists, most cases, it has to do with black folks being exploited by, abused by, yes, Peter Liang, you got it. It has to do with the mistreatment, the murder, the abuse or the attacks, or a financial or economic exploitation from folk in their communities. I just wanted to say that because notice they use the phrase, tension between the communities, as if we had something to do with, as if we're the ones that's instigating, is what I want to be clear on. Exactly, Nick. Latasha Harlings. I discuss her often on my show. An Asian murdered her, and the Asian store owner that murdered her didn't do 1 day behind bars. She blew our sister's brains out after lying, saying that our sister was stealing something, and our sister had the money in her hands, getting ready to pay for one little pathetic piece of product from the store, and they murdered her. And she didn't do 1 day in prison. Once again, this shows how they are trying to further victimize us. We who are the true victims. We who are the true victims. We who are the only 500-year victims. They're turning around and trying to demonize us. Listen, one more time. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Listen one more time.
And insists the attack wasn't racially motivated and instead had to do with a break in the mental health of a teenager. Even though no hate crime charges were filed, some in the community blamed the tension between Black people and Asian Americans.
And let me just say this one more real quick. It's something how all these other people groups are so desperate to be victims. It's so interesting now how the thing that's clear and unequivocal that we're suffering, everybody else is trying to get in on it as if they equally suffer too. There's no evidence that nobody else in the world, frankly, has been or is equally under attack as Black folks. Specifically, we're talking about Black folk in America too. We know that white supremacy is a global government and a global religion. It's not by accident that these conversations and these narratives are being spun right now, family. We are very effective in our reparations talks, and everybody is trying to set themselves up to eat off of us once again. Somebody put in the chat, hashtag, we will not be replaced. Somebody put in the chat, we will not be replaced. Let me hurry up and get on with my brief war briefing today. Here we go.
Was fully covered with a mask and hat and insists the attack wasn't racially motivated and instead had to do with a break in the mental health of a teenager. Even though no hate crime charges were filed, some in the community blamed the tension between Black people and Asian Americans.
I think they targeting.
Okay, I want you to see this. Listen closely to what she says.
To the Asian American community.
We need the Black community.
Here we go.
In the mental health of a teenager. Even though no hate crime charges were filed, some in the community blamed the tension between Black people and Asian Americans.
I think they targeting to the Asian American community.
We need.
Did you hear what she said? This lady with no evidence. In fact, the evidence that exists in her case excuse me, points to the contrary. It points to this young man was having a mental breakdown. It points to the fact that her father was completely covered up, that the young man, it was impossible for him to know what the nationality or the race of the person was. But even though there's absolutely no evidence to support what this woman is saying, she's still lying. That's what it is. She's lying by saying that we are targeting the Asian communities. I said she's lying. She's using an unfortunate, and we all agree that's unfortunate what happened to her dad. But lady, you finna go sit your funny looking self down somewhere. You're not going to turn that unfortunate situation, which we all say was unfortunate, and turn around and lie and assassinate the reputations and destroy not just a Black person's life, but right now she's demonizing the entire Black community by this statement once again.
To realize that
I think they targeting to the Asian American community.
we need the Black community.
She said we're targeting the Asian American community. Somebody said that's a lie. Lady, you better go sit your funny looking self down somewhere. I'm really trying to be respectful because, you know, she's dealing with an unfortunate situation with her father. But what I'm not going to let you do as a Black woman from my community, I wish you would try to sit up here and lie and demonize an entire Black community. And look, she's got the assistance of ABC. ABC's funny looking self should have said, wait a minute, we should not even include this in this piece, because there is absolutely no evidence to prove that your father was targeted because of his race. They admit that no evidence exists, but yet they're allowing unchallenged. Thank you, beloved. Jabril, your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. They're allowing this woman to say it unchallenged. It's one thing for her to make this statement. It's another thing for an entire network to allow that statement to be said unchallenged when there is no evidence. The only evidence that exists is what? This young Black teenager was having a what? A mental breakdown. But they're taking an unfortunate situation and turning it in on Black folks. Family, this is a setup. Whoever just gave that gift, your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. Yes, I've done plenty of shows exposing the fact that in Biden's first few days in office, he signed executive orders for Asians, for immigrants, for LGBTQ, but not for our very Black selves. Nothing substantive for us. What we're trying to see is how does any other group make it make sense that they get to butt in line and get in line before us when we've been in line for 500 years and we have not gotten anything substantive. By the way, the Asian community, specifically the Japanese community, even after some of their ancestors who were interned in America, not enslaved, not beaten, not put in prisons, but in turn put in a specific area for a short time because of the attack on Pearl Harbor. Their descendants got upwards of $20,000 in reparations. I'm wanting to know from all of America, not just Japanese American and Asian Americans. I want America to make sense. How did you feel comfortable giving legislation for reparations, literal $20,000 checks per person, per family. How do you make sense giving people that did not experience 500 years of hell, who did not invent, create, and maintain America, who were not tortured, who were not lynched, who were not murdered? How can you make sense of giving them $20,000 in reparations, but you refuse to even consider reparations for us? I'm going to need all of America to make that make sense. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Today's a very brief war briefing, family. Everybody else exactly is coming in, freeloading off of us, eating off of us, experiencing the favor and the blessing and the bounty we created. But then you're going to come over here and turn your nose up at us and victimize us more than any other group? When y'all sitting out here talking about the white supremacists, you're doing it with fear and trembling, and you're real tepid. You're very soft. You have a mealy mouth, and you're soft-spoken when it comes to talking to the white supremacists. But you got all this energy for us. I'm really trying not to disrespect this lady, but she has disrespected our community. And I just want you guys to know I will not allow you to use your unfortunate circumstances, which we agree was unfortunate. But you are not seeing any concerted effort by Black society to attack Asian community. Let's fix that lie right now. That's a lie. You do not see a concerted effort by the Black community to attack any other community, Asians or any other people of color or people groups. In fact, go sit your funny looking selves down, because ask yourself this question: how is it that we're able to live amongst our tormentors for 500 years, and we're the only ones that's documented to tell those that murder us, those that kill us, we forgive you before our own dead has even been buried? How dare you? We are the most empathetic and sympathetic people on the planet. We are the most loving. We're the most giving. We've been the most understanding. And because your funny looking self is scared of the white man, you turn around and say that the Black community is targeting you. This isn't just this Asian lady that I'm upset with. This show is about calling out these white corporate networks that put this lying mess up in the first place. This is not beating up on one family that's lying. This is about exposing a network that used them as mouthpieces to do it.
Anti-Asian violence, calling for racial justice. Police arrested a 19-year-old suspect who pled not guilty to murder and elderly abuse.
You heard that part. While I'm doing that, family, don't forget to join clubvicky.com, clubvicky.com for $1. I'm doing clubvicky.com tonight, clubvicky.com. You don't want to miss it. Watch this. Watch what she says, and then watch what the man says again.
Even though no hate crime charges.
Because I'm sick of this. I want you to hear real good. That's exactly right. Whoever just said, remember, we called out Jenny Ma. We called out Ling Ling's funny looking self. These are Asian girls that's in the entertainment industry, because there's certainly nobody to be taken seriously. And they're sitting out here spouting all of this mess too. But we're going to keep our proverbial foots on your funny looking necks. We're the counter narrative. We're the counter culture. And we're going to shut down those lies.
Asian American.
Listen again.
I think they're targeting to the Asian American community.
That's a lie.
We need the Black community to realize that that Black people are hurting Asians, and they need to speak out in their own community.
It is not just...
This fool just sat up there and said, this fool just sat up there and said, we need the black community to speak out. Watch this. Listen to it again.
Realize that that black people are hurting Asians and they need to speak out in their own.
This fool done sat up there and says, we need black folks to understand that black people are hurting Asians. Thank you, beloved. Vicky exposed this evil. Listen, this fool just sat up there and said, we need black folks to understand y'all are hurting Asians. And he sat up there and told us that we need to speak out about it. It sounds like the same white supremacist religious leaders who sat there and buck broke Nick Cannon. Remember when they made Nick apologize? And then they did shows with Nick and told Nick that they wanted Nick along. They wanted Nick to get along, get some other black folks to come and speak out after they lied and accused him of being anti-Semitic. Remember they told Nick that they wanted him to get some other folks to speak out too. This Asian man just sat up here and said he needs for us to understand black folks are hurting Asians and we need to speak out. Let me tell your funny looking self something. As a TV host, as a voice, no matter how humble of a voice that I am for members of the black grassroots and black society, I wish I would allow some outsider that's lying to come tell me and tell us that we're going to speak out about it. No, what I'm going to invite you to do is to stay seated, because in this video I just showed, you were sitting down. Mister, I would suggest you keep sitting. Why, Vicky? Mister, I suggest you keep sitting and let me school your funny looking self. You said you want us to speak out about black folk hurting Asians. Somebody say, first of all, that's a lie. I said, first of all, that's a lie. And number two, I wish I would let you tell me what to do. Boy. I'm the mama. You're not telling me, you who came to the country to eat off of us and enjoy America that we built, you ain't telling me nothing. You ain't running nothing, boy. Since you're already seated on that interview, I would suggest you keep sitting down and watch this video. By the way, this video that you're seeing might be considered to be disturbing. If you have children or if you yourself might be easily triggered. I'm sitting here schooling this fella that just sat up here and lied and said that black folks are targeting Asian people. I'm finna school him real quick about this violent brawl that erupted between this Asian salon owner and Asian employees in Brooklyn, New York, this nail salon, where they attacked and brutalized. That's the language you use, family. These Asians brutalized our black family in New York. Somebody talk black to me. I'm going to turn down the volume and I want you to just look. 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 Look at the Asians beating up the black family with brooms and sticks. The customers that just paid their rent and their mortgage. Look at the Asians beating them brutally. Look at them dragging them. This is what I want the Asian community to respond to. You ain't telling me nothing. What you think you running? What did you have to say about this, fella? Look at them beating that black woman. the sticks. The black folks are trying to defend themselves from a mob of Asian salon owners, a mob. Shout out to Lioness Crown. Lioness Crown was a part of political circles in New York and activists and all that stuff. They helped to shut that shop down. Black family, a lot of the stuff, let me tell you what this is about. Thumbs up, like, and share. Join clubvicky.com. Make sure that you check out our business school at flynubianbusiness.com. That's flynubianbusiness.com. The links will be in the chat. Let me tell y'all something. Somebody said, Vicky Dillard is the GOAT. Thank you, man. Listen, what is this about? Some of these lies that are being told, it's a ploy and a plot by both the Democratic and Republican parties to replace us because white folks are scared to death, like Joe Biden admitted in that leaked audio, that white folks are getting ready to become the European minorities. So white folks are doing everything that they can to utilize other tethers, other minority groups, other true people of color to be their stand-in white supremacists when they're outnumbered. These are white. The reason you see Republicans and Democrats using Latinos and Asians and others, you see neither side can agree on nothing, but both of them are utilizing the Latinos and the Asians and so forth. Why? Because they are making their alliances now with other people groups when white folks become the minorities. That's one. The other thing that's working, and the reason why you're finding a lot of out of nowhere lies and fake false narratives about black folks attacking Asians, y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all know I speak spiritually too. Watch this. Especially before and especially during the incipiency of this pandemic. Jerome said, spell it out. Watch this. We stopped patronizing some of their restaurants and stores. Do you guys remember? Do the research and go look at my record. Look it up. Do you remember? Only a few weeks into the pandemic, folks were sitting there talking about how customers were not patronizing these Asian restaurants. Let me tell you something. Black folk have begun to speak even more loudly. Some of you guys keep telling black women, stop going to these salons, stop going getting your nails done with them, stop going to their beauty shops. Some of you all have been doing shows dogging out black women that keep doing it. But let me tell you something. A whole lot of us stop doing it. A whole lot of my sisters, enough black women have stopped patronizing their nail shops and their beauty stores. Enough of you have stopped patronizing their gas stations that the percentage is killing them. So remember when the Asian folks was telling us that racism didn't exist and how black folks were just being lazy and they looked down on us, and while we paid all of their bills, they mistreated us. Their bathrooms smelled like urine and boo-boo. Trash was all in front and in the stores. They spoke to you through a bullet-proof divider. Talk. I beg your pardon. Thumbs up, thumbs up. The pandemic and us exposing them relentlessly has sent shockwaves throughout the Asian community. AJ said, we know the truth. Y'all ain't listening to me. What this is about, family, and what some of you don't know, is that before a lot of these different Asian groups come to America, do you all know that some of their actual governments teach them to target us? Do you know that when a lot of them, before they come over here, they've already got loans and backings through banks from their particular Asian nations and countries that they come from, and they are specifically informed and given information on who the most vulnerable are in the American population and how they can make the most money, where they can make the most money, and Black folks are that group. Y'all talk Black to me. Somebody says that they don't wear weaves and nails. That's fine. But if I do make my braids long, what's it to anybody else? I'm trying to say find Black suppliers. I use a Black supplier. Thank you for exposing. Thank you, beloved. Your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. What I'm saying is do your best to try to find bona fide Black suppliers. Do some of your shopping online. Lisa, I only listen to you, Queen, the real truth. Thank you, Lisa. Your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. All of you that are giving. What I'm saying is to get your plan, sis, and start researching. Start plotting. Let me tell y'all what this is about. You don't understand how organized they are before they get here, and you don't understand how organized they are when they're here. Are y'all hearing me? I don't beat up on sisters if they don't immediately stop something, especially if they're going to a certain place where they don't have these particular incidents and so forth. But what I'm saying is start now, sis, to do your research. Start now to begin to plot to make your move. And I don't want Black folks running their mouth out there beating up and dogging Black women who are trying to make their exit. Now, the women that I got upset with was those Black women right after we successfully shut down several Black beauty shops. What ticked me off is right when we were successful at shutting down nail shops and beauty shops that disrespected Black folks, abused Black folks, you Negroes was in line the same day. Supporting them over your own Black mother and your own Black grandmother and your own Black daughter who just had the brakes beaten off of them. Y'all don't understand that they talk in secret meetings. I'm getting ready to do a show in a little bit on a sister that's exposed, a sister who's in the business, that exposed some Asian tactics. You all don't understand. They intentionally shut out Black folk in the beauty industry. Asians, many Asians from different groups have come together to shut out Black vendors and owners. So yes, sometimes it's actually difficult for sisters to find somebody legit. And you just say, stop doing it. Okay, you want to go around bald-headed and looking busted. It's a real conspiracy when a lot of the Asians work together and they make it almost impossible. That's why I'm saying you help your sisters find legitimate beauty supply stores before you just sit there and demonize them and just say you just stop. That means you just stop getting your gas from that white supremacist down the road then, fool. Stop buying your cars in America and foreign cars. I'm saying be wise and strategic. Don't just tell somebody to stop doing something and you know full well they got to go to work and they got a business. They're doing their best to look like they look like something. You assist them in finding legitimate owners. And I'm not talking about somebody that's just started to paint nails on some strip mall. You assist. Because there's a real conspiracy. Because I'm going to discuss this sister. Shout out to my brother Phil. That's where I first saw the footage from. I'm going to discuss where this sister who's in the business, a Black woman who has a beauty shop, she's going to break down some of the tactics that the Asians intentionally use to dominate the industry. Some of you that look crazy sit up there telling me, just do your own nails. You just do your own hair. I don't wear just be natural. Shut up. Shut up. You get to tell them that because all whites, white supremacy is against black folks, but you still getting your gas from white gas stations and shopping at white grocery stores. Why are you sitting there telling us? Which, by the way, I do not get my beauty supplies from Asian stores. Let me be clear. That's for the record. Dickie does not. Black suppliers. Black lady does my hair. Black company where I get my supplies from. So you can sit your funny looking self down just to be clear. But those of you that's running your mouth saying that, you're just talking out the side of your head. You understand white supremacy, but you still getting gas from white people. You still shopping from white stores. But let me get back to this point. We do need to stop and economically bankrupt them. Let's be clear. I'm telling you that's the goal. And I'm saying to make it more efficient, help your black sisters find legitimate, bona fide, certified sisters that have businesses, suppliers, those that are excellent with what they do, so that we can strategically move together. That's right, Jerome. I'm saying that's exactly what I agree with. But I'm telling you, the reason you are all of a sudden hearing all of these different Asian people and groups come out of nowhere talking about anti-Asian hate coming from black folks especially, they got some nerve. It's because some of them are upset because during the pandemic and before the pandemic, family, we started to make major news for shutting their nail salons and their beauty supplies down. And even those that were not successfully shut down, you guys got to understand where we're making progress. And we want progress to be made as quickly as possible. But because they're getting so much media attention, and because enough of them that are friends, and because enough of them that are partners together in the industry, they are afraid that it's going to have a snowball effect. It's having a domino effect. You guys don't understand that they're plotting to make sure that they can get government resources because they saw how many, y'all know we eat more of their Chinese food than white folk. Tell the truth. They saw that if they don't have black customers patronizing their restaurants and their stores, they know it's over. But what made them even more fearful is that they're saying to themselves, forget the pandemic. These black folks are starting to boycott us and economically bankrupt us one store at a time. Enough of us that do actually do our own nails and our own feet. And you better believe I'm looking forward to going back to a professional when things get where they need to get. Somebody talk black to me. But I want it to be the right professional. Somebody talk black to me. They see where they've been eating off of us because don't nobody white eat Chinese food like we do. Nobody white shops at their gas stations like we do. Nobody white gets their nails and toes done at their establishments like we do. I said nobody. This, whether you want to hear it or not, is the truth, is the truth, is the truth, is the truth. And what I'm saying now is based on information and belief. This is backlash. Y'all are fussing at us, but you don't understand that we have been effective in shaking and scaring up Asian business owners because black folks are actually loudly talking and putting our foot down and literally shutting down enough of the Asian stores that it is causing shock waves in their establishments. That, on top of them seeing the effects of their Black customers no longer patronizing them as much during the pandemic, some of this is based on them lying to get resources. Exactly, my sister, Naturally Tori, your gift is blessed. I'm not saying all of them. I'm telling you, I know of some stories. Are y'all listening? I know of some situations where some Asian businesses are feigning. I'm trying to put you up on game, and I'm trying not to scream because I can't right now medically. Some of them are feigning. Some of them are faking, pretending that there is Black anti-Asian racism in order to secure the bag from the government down the road. You ain't hearing me. Everybody else is not telling you what I'm telling you in the way I'm telling you. Y'all sit down. You playing right now. You ain't understanding this. Some of you all are actually sitting here trying to prove them wrong when it's not about proving them wrong. You know what I do. Sister Vicky, you are beautiful just as you are. Thank you, beloved. Some of you guys don't understand. I don't spend, y'all know, for years. Many of you have called me the queen of receipts because I used to overwhelm you with all kinds of historical facts, all kinds of links, all kinds of stories, all kinds of book references, all kinds of everything. But there are some things where some of that gets in the way. Sometimes the story, the emphasis of my show and my commentary, not only do I provide you with lots of resources and links, but sometimes I need to spend more time explaining to you the motive. Because when we spend too much time trying to prove somebody or something that somebody said to be a lie, we're missing what's happening. What's underneath the lie is that some of them, I didn't say all, but enough of them, some of them, I'm saying what I'm saying to you based on information and belief. This is my personal opinion, but my personal opinion is based on information and belief. They are feigning, pretending that there is anti-Black Asian racism so that they can get a government bag down the road. They miss our business. This past year has been hell for a lot of Asian businesses. We've been the ones that's been paying their mortgage. We're the ones that's been putting their children through college. We're the ones that have been securing them numerous franchises. We're the ones that's been paying them to fly back and forth to China and to Japan and to Chinatown. We've been the ones that's doing all that. One of the things that this pandemic has shown is where they're excuse me. Thank you for your kind words and your gift. Whoever just said, thank God for this woman. Thank God for you. You guys don't understand that what they've learned is that their number one customers that's responsible for them experiencing and realizing the American dream is us. And they know that if they don't all of a sudden start to claim that they're experiencing racism. You saw what that Asian lady just lied. You heard them admit, number one, this was a young teenager who was having a mental breakdown. It was impossible for him to even know the race of the person because he had his mask on, he had the hat on, he was fully covered his face. That's the reason why they did not charge the young man with any hate crimes. But even though there's no evidence of it, what happened? I love you back, Tiny. What happened? You heard the Asian lady tell you what? You heard this Asian lady say what, family? What did she say? Thumbs up, like, and share while I go to it. I don't want you to forget what this woman said. She lied. We sympathize. We don't agree with what happened to her dad. We condemn that. But we condemn that in our community. And we're wanting to know, where was she at? Was she condemning what's been going on in our community by the United States government? Hell no, none of you people of color groups were condemning what America did. You know why? You people groups, you other people of color that come to this country to eat off a black vote, you want us to sit here like this man just said. You want black folks to speak out for you, but you don't speak out against American white supremacy against us. You know why? Because you come here in the face of knowing that they unjustly blew our heads off, and you level up, you ignore it. You said speak out. What are you speaking out about? While we've been under siege, y'all was filling out your visa paperwork. While we were under siege, you was trying to bring you and the rest of your family here. How dare you? How dare anybody tell us to speak out on their behalf when you just got here yesterday, ignoring the government dogging, tormenting, torturing, oppressing us, and enslaving us until this day in one form or another. But you ignore that. How dare you? But I don't want you to miss what nobody else is going to tell you. What did she say? Thumbs up, like, and share. Thumbs up, like, and share. Somebody just said, Vicky said, hell no. I guess my people said that, yes. I don't consider that to be one of the worst words that you can say. But this is the type of hell that other folks are trying to create in this country. And when it comes down to literal true hell, then that's when I use the phrase. It's the same way whenever you hear me use the word damn, I'm literally damning something. Somebody talk black to me. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Let me get ready to go, family. But listen to this part just a second. Remind yourself what she just said. Y'all so funny. Listen.
As they targeting to the Asian American community.
We need the black community to realize that that black people are hurting Asians, and they need to speak out in their own community.
It is not.
Nobody gets to tell us nothing. Somebody put in the chat uncheckable. Somebody put in the chat uncheckable. We're putting everybody in the whole wide world on notice that we're under no obligation to do what you tell us to do, and that it is a violation of pro-black protocol to demand we do anything. It's a violation of black protocol to sit up here and use this unfortunate situation that took place with this woman's dad and lie on a whole community. She used that one unfortunate situation and lied and demonized an entire community by saying that we are intentionally targeting them. We are uncheckable. You don't get to tell us to do nothing. The other hashtag, I said we will not be replaced. I said we will not be replaced. I got to get ready to go, but I just got to show you one more. When this funny looking fellow said that their community was being targeted, I'm confused. This brief footage might be disturbing to you, family. If you have children, just beware. And if you yourself are easily triggered, y'all know I don't even show but a few seconds of this. 10, maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds at the most. And then I skip. You might see a couple of more seconds. But I'm schooling these knuckleheads that's sitting there saying about the black community attacking them. That somebody say that's a lie. Somebody say that's a lie. This is disturbing. This is from another salon, family. But this particular salon, I think this one is out of Las Vegas. No, Ohio. This is out of Ohio.
Hey, get the fuck off me, T. That's important. Get off of me. You're hurting me. Get off of me now. Come on. You let her go. Come on.
I'm turning that sound down. Look. 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 Look at him. And a man at that. A man at that. Notice that the black lady was calling him by name, so she is clearly a customer that knows them well that just happened to get into it. Look. She's trying to defend herself from this predatory, violent Asian man out of Ohio. Look at him. Look. Let me tell y'all something. You Negroes that's out there, we saw a couple of you funny looking people, black looking people doing videos talking about Asians under attack. Let me tell you, every one of you black looking people, and y'all send them the link. You better stand down. You better put that inner mammy and that inner Sambo in check. Every one of you that's scared to death of the white supremacists that come, whether in white clothing or any other, you better sit your funny looking self down and shut up and stand down. Just be uncomfortable. I bet not. What you know about that bet not? I didn't say better not. That's from the dictionary. I'm talking about the Victionary. Not the dictionary, the Victionary. I said you bet not. Somebody put bet not in. What you know about that bet not? I said I bet not. What y'all know about that bet not? I bet not see any videos, tweets, social media posts from any of you Negroes out there saying, stop attacking Asians. I said, you bet not. Every one of you stand down. Joy said, talk black to us. You know, that's all I know, beloved. Family, let me get ready to prepare for my mastermind. You can join tonight, clubvicky.com, clubvicky.com for $1, clubvicky.com. Marlon, thank you for keeping us informed. We appreciate you, Queen. It's my privilege and it's my honor. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, beloved. Like and share. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Vicky Show. I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. I got to cut it short, take care of some medical stuff real quick, and then get ready for my prep for my mastermind in my studio. Thank you so much, family. Our whole goal is to be unified. You all, we're going to continue to economically bankrupt them. I told you, some of them, I'm saying what I'm saying based on information and belief. Some members in the Asian community, based on reporting that I'm getting, some of them are doing this on purpose. They're pretending that we're attacking them so that they can set things up politically and legislatively so that they can get a bag, so that they can get money. They understood that they lost a whole lot of resources during the pandemic, and their number one customers were us. Some of us stopped patronizing them on purpose. Others of you were forced not to patronize them because of the shutdown. And that made them afraid. So they're attacking us, some of them. And baby, that dog ain't gonna hunt with us. I've exposed it here. I'm telling you what's behind it. Are you hearing me? Let's stay on code. Help do your research. Help your brothers and sisters get with black salons and get as many of your beauty products, especially your most expensive ones, from someone that looks like you, that's reputable, and that's excellent in what they do. Are y'all hearing me today? I'm trying to let you know that we have the power to economically bankrupt them, and this is retaliation.